Hey everybody, this is Josh, aka Gray Duck Customs, coming at you from the studio today. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And you can also find me over on Instagram at Gray Duck Customs. What we got going on here is a brand new project in the shop. You can see it's about a 1960s, 1970s era mid-century modern fiberglass chair. And this thing was picked up at a local antique store here in town. Shout out Old River Valley down in Stewartville, Minnesota. I had my eye on it for a while. I saw it on their Instagram page and I had a lot of ideas. I've been wanting to get into furniture restoration for a little while now, and more so the custom side of it, not necessarily restoring, but customizing, right? And so we're going to take a vintage chair and bring it into the new age, give it some updates, and hopefully it turns out as cool as I think it's going to turn out. Today's video is semi-sponsored by my friends over at Express Composites. If you need anything from carbon fiber, epoxy, fiberglass resin, shop supplies, sandpaper, primer, all that kind of jazz, they are your one-stop shop. I've been doing business with them for about 25 years now, and they are very, very knowledgeable. They've got a ton of good products, and so I highly recommend giving them a call for your own project. What we're going to be doing today is some primer work on this. I've already bondoed it. Let's just call that Bondo, body filler. This is fantastic body filler, available from any auto parts store, really. It's the most efficient and about the most cost-effective body filler you can buy for the money. Sure, there's some that cost twice as much, but if you're just going to sand it off and use it for patterns like we're doing here, this is a really good option. Check it out. What we're going to be using for our main primer is a product called Duratec Surface Primer. This is available from Express Composites, and this comes in quarts, gallons, 5-gallon pails if you need it. This is fantastic body filler. It's sprayable, so you are going to need an HVLP spray gun. This is from the Joe Coder. The Joe Coder sells this HVLP in many different tip sizes. You can go from 2 to 2.5, 3, 3.5. You can even get a 4.6 if you really want to. Best dollars spent in the shop right here. Go invest yourself into a good HVLP. As you can see, this one's wearing some battle scars from a lot of work, and we're just going to keep putting it through the paces. So you're going to need some acetone to clean up the Duratec Primer Surfacer after you're done. So grab yourself some fresh acetone. Do not go to the big box stores and buy that. You want to get yourself some premium quality acetone. To get to this stage, like I said, we did a number of different layers of the body filler. Basically starting on some of the low spots, taking care of some of the little waves and ripples here and there. And I just use standard 40 grit sticky back sandpaper for that, along with some soft sanders and some Adjust Flex sanders. These are crucial when it comes to being efficient in your shop, and just use the sandpaper and throw it away. Your labor's expensive, the sandpaper's cheap, right? So without any further ado, we're gonna be doing this video, no cuts, no editing, real deal, how it is in the shop. And so if it goes good, awesome. If it's an epic disaster, you guys get to watch it real time as I'm doing it. So we're gonna load up some primer and get this thing sprayed and show you how real shop life is. So stay tuned, let's go along for the ride. I've already got about 16 ounces mixed into a cup, and the product I'm using to catalyze this is a MEKP catalyst, very similar to what you would use on your fiberglass resin. I use the 925H. It's important that you get the H on the end of it. This catalyst is what's called a snap cure catalyst. So it's going to stay open for much longer than a standard off-the-shelf catalyst. So you'll get about 15 minutes of open time before it actually starts getting jelly and not being able to spray out of your spray gun. So we mix the correct amount of catalyst in our dispenser. Grab ourselves a mix stick and wear a respirator on this stuff. It gets pretty nasty. So what I'm going to start doing first is go around the outside perimeter, make sure all my edges are really well covered. Then I'll come back and start to blend around the outside working back and forth. We want to try to put nice even coats on it just to keep a nice film consistency. You can brush this on, you can roll it on. It's a pretty versatile product, but I like to spray it just to know that it's going to be as smooth as it can possibly be. Once this product gets put on, lets it cure out, I'm going to end up coming back and sanding this one more time. The goal with this chair is to make a mold. And in order to do that, the part has to be perfect because I'm not going to make a mold of something that's not ready to rock and roll. So that's why we're going through all these extra steps. Once we get the mold, we're going to actually start reproducing these in a custom fashion. You're going to have to stay tuned and watch to see what's coming. But those of you that know me know exactly where this is going, and I can't wait to show you the final results. So there's a lot of work before that though. Primer, sand, reprimer, resand, get it all polished. Then we got to build our mold, and then we can start making our parts. So I'm going to crank the fan on here just to get a little bit of ventilation going through here. And I'm going to show you guys how to spray this Duratec Primer Surfacer. So, sorry about the fan noise. It might get just a little bit loud in here. My love for furniture, custom furniture, started about 15, 20 years ago. I was at a gas station and I came across a magazine called Modern Home. And then I found another magazine called El Decor magazine. So after going to many stores in the Chicago area, New York area, and just kind of all about these high-end furniture stores, I decided I need to build my own furniture. And it's taken a while to get there. A friend of mine actually does furniture restoration, and I tell you what, there is something very, very satisfying about watching a piece of furniture go from, a trash can ready to get thrown away to being sanded out, reprimered, restained, and bring it back to some enjoyable pieces of furniture that you can have in your family for many, many years to come. That satisfaction of watching furniture go from, zero to hero really is something very, very cool. And so that's kind of where the inspiration comes from this. I do have a couple other chair projects that you guys are going to be seeing very, very soon. So again, keep an eye open for those. I'm just mixing the catalyst up right now as we're talking. So this particular chair project will not have any upholstery. The ones coming up are going to be upholstered. So if you're into custom stitch work and fancy furniture, stay tuned because it's gonna get pretty good. You guys that have been around for a while know that I do a lot of automotive custom stuff, body kits, repair jobs, race car parts, all that kind of fun stuff. And so we're gonna change the game up a little bit here. We're gonna get into this furniture restoration game, furniture customization game, sorry. All right, we got our air compressor line. We got our spray gun. What we're going to try to do on this, making a mess already, is we're going to try to set the fan up so it's a little bit tighter fan. There are adjustment nozzles on the back of the gun here. Fan adjust, air adjust, fluid adjust. And we're going to keep the fan fairly tight. We're not going to back it out that far. We'll play around with the air pressure to get a good flow for the material that we're using, but we don't need to go crazy. We don't need to try to fume out the whole shop or anything like that. It's not car paint. This is a very, very high build primer. You can see I'm just starting around the perimeter here. I don't care about any of the overspray on the table or on the chair legs. I don't care about any overspray on the back of this. Everything's going to get refinished, so it's all good. You can already start to see that really high build shine coming through. This is not car paint. Like I said, this is a very high build sprayable primer. So we don't need to go very thin coats like you would like an automotive paint. You want to put this on pretty heavy. Like I said, the fan is turned down really low. The air is pretty low. So we're kind of caking this on. I plan on sanding it out. So a little bit of orange peel, maybe a couple little runs, no big deal. You really want to make sure that you put this on nice and thick. I typically don't mix the paint gun full. It's just easier to paint at an angle if it's not up to the brim. We're trying not to spill paint all over the place, or primer all over the place. So this is looking pretty fantastic so far. Just like that, we are primered. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of orange peel. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I'm spraying this out of a huge tip gun right now. This is a 3.5. So for you composite guys, check out the gel coater guns. You are not going to find a 3.5 anywhere else aside from the gel coaters. So, like I said, immediately after you spray and you're done spraying, you want to get yourself your acetone and you want to clean this gun out ASAP. You get about 15 minutes before you are in big trouble. And if you lock this up, you're going to have to throw away your spray gun, which is no fun. So get to that right away. I'm going to shut the fan off for just a second here. Pick up our camera here and do some close-ups. So this is the surface finish that we end up with. Like I said, 3.5 gun, shooting the Duratec, which is a little bit big for what most people shoot it at. Most people shoot it with a 2.3 or 2.5, and you lose some of that orange peel, but I don't care about the orange peel right now. The reason why is, again, I'm going to be resanding this whole thing, and I'm going to be making a mold of this. So the orange peel is just gonna sand right out. But yeah, there is our primered fiberglass mid-century modern chair, and it is going to be ready for sanding tomorrow, maybe Friday. Maybe we'll do a live on Friday. Furniture Fridays. How's that sound, guys? So I do have a couple runs here and there. I can see that. No big deal. It's all good. It's all good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. Again, like, share, subscribe, watch some videos. I do a lot in the shorts videos, and then I occasionally do live videos. So turn your notifications on. Thanks for stopping by, saying hi, and have yourself a wonderful afternoon. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you need a project idea, let me know. I'll help you out. Any tech advice, no problem. If you do need fiberglass supplies, again, check out my buddies over at Express Composites. And I think that's it, guys. We are over and out.